Freaking sexy word. I mean, cytokine storm, baby. Cytokine. It kind of reminds me of a Marvel superhero. Cytokine storm, like Thor or Captain America. He's oddly sexy, mysterious, kind of dangerous, bad boy. Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Chuck Vaughn. I'm a world famous bariatric surgeon, author of 13 books. It's true. I have my diploma on display in case you're new to me, just so you know where your information is coming from. That's a med school diploma. And I'm a surgeon by trade, bariatric surgeon. So here's my certificate, my diploma from surgical residency. Now you know my middle name. In case you're new to me or someone shared this video or tagged it to you, now you know who you're getting your information from. I've been talking about coronavirus since the World Health Organization declared it a pandemic in March 11th. And when I started looking at that on March 12th, at that time the United States had 1,600 coronavirus cases and everyone thought it was a joke. Today is April 7th, so we're almost into a month into this, and the United States alone is at 395,000 cases. The world is at over 1.3 million and over 81,000 deaths worldwide. In the United States, we are now up to 12,786 deaths, 12,700 deaths. And that number is going to increase. We are going to get worse and worse. Now, I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to just give you the facts. So today's video, we're going to talk about cytokine storm. I think we're getting to the point where people are starting to take this seriously, this coronavirus seriously. Remember, even the typical influenza, your seasonal flu, has a death rate of about 0.1%, and the worldwide death rate for the coronavirus is about 4%. Italy is about 13%, but at one point Italy was 10%, right, death rate. So that's 100 times more powerful, more deadly. Yeah, even with the death rate in the United States at the time of 1%, that was 10 times more deadly than the seasonal flu. And now we are, as a state, around almost 3%. New York State is 3% death rate currently, 3.2, something like that. And the numbers are going to get worse. Now, it doesn't matter if you believe that our numbers are inaccurate because we don't have enough testing, or you think we have too many numbers because we are testing more than anybody else. I don't care what you believe. What I'm talking about is the trend. The trend is currently going up. And if the trend is going up, you would think the death rate would go down, but the death rate's also going up, and it's going up faster. So if the death rate was going up as fast as if the number of deaths was going up at the same rate as the number of cases being diagnosed, the death rate should stay the same, but it's not. In the United States, it went from 1% and now it's 3%. So what does that mean? That means we have a lag time with the deaths, and what I've been saying for the last 2 weeks is starting to come true. The people on the ventilators are starting to die. And that was made very apparent in my interview on Sunday with Dr. Gordon, who is a surgeon taking care of patients in New York. So you need to check out that video for me. So today I want to talk a little bit about cytokine storm and what that really means. And because, it's such a sexy, right? Sexy word, cytokine storm. It's like Ryan Gosling. It's kind of sexy in a weird way. And I want to kind of talk about it, debunk it, and kind of explain to you what it really, really is. Then I'd also, while I have your attention, like to talk about where I'm going with this broadcast. A lot of people are confused. They're just like, hey, you're a bariatric surgeon. What do you know about the coronavirus? You're not an epidemiologist. You're not an infectious disease expert. Why should we listen to you? Well, the reason why you should listen to me and the reason why I'm doing this is because what do you think is currently the number one risk factor for poor outcomes with coronavirus? By poor outcomes, I mean you die. You die. What is the number one risk factor for poor outcomes with coronavirus? And the answer is not age, not high blood pressure, not diabetes, not old people, not smokers. In the United States, it's actually morbid obesity. And that's my following, and that's why I'm doing these broadcasts. So my morbid obesity, my patients are at the greatest risk. My following is at the greatest risk. Do most people get over this? Yes, 80% will. 20% will need some sort of higher level care, and by that we mean you need hospitalization. And do patients get off the vent? Yes, of course, but the vast majority of them will die on the vent. And who's dying? The morbidly obese, the elderly, and people with previous lung issues, lung diseases. If you have 3 comorbidities, your chance of dying from once you're on the ventilator is very high.